Hello everyone, Made of Things is back. Yes, and our first guest will be Paul F. Tompkins and Janie Haddad Tompkins. I know, right? Okay, so we now have a Patreon page. Please head over there and consider supporting us. We really need your help. And that's pretty much it. Enjoy the segment. So, Comedy Bang Bang. You guys were both on a TV show. Janie as a stagehand. Janie the stagehand? It's called Janie.
I haven't.
On Comedy Bang Bang, the show.
Oh yes,
the TV show.
Yes.
Paul as Andrew Lloyd Webber and Werner Herzog, right. And that
my
song,
favorite,
and
my favorite,
which is Nônô's favorite. I think
is the Werner Herzog.
Yeah, Werner Herzog.
And it was his birthday. It was just his birthday the other day.
Oh, was it?
I assume
happy birthday, Werner Herzog.
Birthday, I guess.
Happy Vern Day.
There's a wonderful interview with Werner Herzog where the interviewer plays Paul's impersonation of.
We've just heard that.
We just heard
that.
Yeah.
So crazy.
It's very funny.
It's so wild to me.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I should ask you how you feel about that. But you just said. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm thrilled, of course. I have not been able to bring myself to listen to that clip. Many people have shared it with me.
Okay.
It's too, I don't know. I get
He says
nervous.
positive things.
He does it. Yes, everyone does it. I've seen a transcript of it, but I still feel weird about listening to it.
What I find that was weird about that clip is your impersonation is very good, like very close to his voice, and they're playing it next to his voice, and it's very weird to
According
hear it
to
together.
him, the accent needs work, but
yeah, but he's being.
But I'll
cheeky.
take it.
He's
I'll take
being
that note.
cheeky.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's just being cheeky. I think
He's just being cheeky. Exactly. It's. I just showed that to. I already knew the clip. I just showed that to Nônô like a couple of nights ago, and Nônô was like,
"Is it Paul?"
It's seamless.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, it is.
You guys are being very
It's
kind.
actually very interesting to hear it. Yeah,
it is.
It
is.
Yeah.
One day, Paul, you'll treat yourself to your when you're not busy doing
One
more
day.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
on my deathbed. Play
right before
that
you
MP3.
have your life flashes before you, and
it's time. Yeah,
and you get the meaning of life. You'll hear Werner Herzog saying,
right.
"That's very good." Yes,
that's right.
But so would you, if I were to choose a character of yours from CBB, I would go with J.W. Stillwater. I think is my favorite. I love all of them. It's like impossible. But
thank you.
And I also love Mayor Junius
Babaldini.
Oh,
yes.
I forgot about that guy.
I love him.
Would you if you had to pick one to live, if you were a character, if you had to live as one?
Wow.
Have
what
to
a
live.
Weird concept.
Like live out the rest of your life as one.
This is not a questionnaire.
Wow.
Like this, I prepare questions, but this show, it really tries not to be a question like a question and answer. So as I don't know if you've noticed, but I do prepare stuff, and so this is just one that Nônô came up with it, and I thought that's really good. I want to know.
I honestly think it would be Cal Solomon. Because he is a guy who he's very self-aware, but he's also upbeat and aspirational. So he knows that he's not good at rapping, but he thinks he could get good at it. But he takes everything in stride. It's like, yeah, I know I'm not great. But maybe I could be great, and I think that's a pretty decent
nice
space
quality.
to live in. Yeah. He never gives up.
Janie, we just watched again the casting thing for Downton Abbey that audition reel thing that you have two of them.
So do you know the origin of that? Is that
I don't, but I think it's funny on its own.
Oh, well, thank you. So basically, when Downton Abbey became such a huge phenomenon in America, they were introduced to our American audiences by the actress Laura Linney. And Laura Linney stood in front of a red background and would, prepare the audience for what they were about to see on Downton Abbey. And so my idea came out of that I was the original introducer of Downton Abbey, but Laura Linney I was so unself-aware and terrible at it, they fired me. Oh, Paul went away.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Paul is now an entity. Oh,
Paul's like,
Mario.
he had to go have his weekend water and that.
Aha.
Yeah, so that was the idea behind those little videos.
We should do more of those. We
But
were
they-
looking like the most stuff that we could, like in this space of time since you guys confirmed you were doing this. So, but like I wanted more Janie Haddad Tompkins on YouTube.
Oh, well, thank you. I
It's,
kind of
lacking.
abandoned that.
You should do more
Yeah.
things.
I should.
I mean, now's the time to figure some stuff out.
And that's not a bad idea. I should come up with some more stuff.
And about the other stuff that you've done, I mean, you guys have been on like our favorite things, like I don't know, Comedy Bang Bang and Bajillion Dollar Properties that we love. We love.
yeah.
We only
Very
recently
good.
were able to catch up because we only saw the first 2 seasons because we don't have. Couldn't have CISO. We can't have the platforms it was on. Even on Amazon Prime, it was like blocked outside of the US, so we couldn't.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even Pluto TV, it's not available on our Apple TV things. So so we had to very legally download it. But we'll pay cool up one day. But I can't even get.
Just mail her some money.
She will just be happy that you watched it.
Yeah, I think she
Well-
has a Venmo in case.
Sure,
Yeah, Venmo.
we'll do that. But even
Is Venmo even allowed in Portugal?
we can't use
Venmo.
Venmo. We cannot.
What?
Yeah, Venmo is not available over here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but even the Stitcher Premium we can't use. So like everything behind the paywall.
Really?
Is like, yeah.
Yeah.
I like.
Wow.
We're not
I'm
the US
sorry.
or the Canada, so it's not.
Portugal, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're missing out on Stitcher Premiums.
We gotta work it out.
But even even our favorite podcasts like Spontaneation and Super Ego and Dead Authors. We love Dead Authors. We
Dead
really
Authors
miss it.
is
Thank
my
you.
absolute
Thank you.
favorite podcast.
Nônô's
you.
favorite of all time.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
very kind of you. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
I once when we started when I started the Made of Things audio thing on the first 3 months we were like top 5 in iTunes Portugal. So I was interviewed. I'll send you the link afterwards. But I was interviewed for a top newspaper over here, along with other people. Rodrigo that you met as well on his show, with this show. So like 4 podcasts were mentioned, and they asked me which podcasts I listened to. So I said Comedy Bang. If I could pick just 4: Comedy Bang Bang, Spontaneation, Super Ego, and WTF. And I forgot about Dead Authors, but I was still in the process of finishing.
Yeah, I was telling you, like, listen to that authors.
Yeah, because I know finished it before I did, but I already was
right.
listening to it.
I binged.
Yeah,
the
it's just
whole
like
thing.
a favorite thing. But Janie, would you have liked to play something on there?
Oh,
Like a particular author or something?
if I had been, I haven't. Gosh, they have to be dead. So,
They do. Do
um,
you want a minute to think about this?
yeah, I guess I
Okay,
have to go
so-
through lists of dead authors.
How pleasant.
Which
Oh wait, I
authors
know
are
who
dead?
I know exactly who I would be.
There you go.
I
Oh, you
would
already
be
know.
Pat Conroy. He was a novelist from South Carolina.
He
and
did
I
pass
met
away. That's
in
right.
2016
That's
of
right.
pancreatic cancer, and
Oh,
it was very sudden, and like it was like within months. And anyway, I met him once, and so I just love him. So I would be.
So you picked up all the nuances immediately.
yeah, yeah.
Like-
Well, luckily, accuracy was not a prerequisite for
Yes.
impersonating an author on that show.
Right.
Hello, Plato.
Yeah. How about it? Yeah.
Would you like to have played the other side, Paul, as a guest?
I did once.
I don't remember.
did. There was one episode where Matt Gorley of Super Ego guest hosted as Carl Sagan, and I played Mark Twain.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I forgot about that. Sorry.
And no, not at all. But it was a great experience because for my side as the host, it was pretty easy. I had to keep it moving along, but I had notes and I asked the questions and all that. And the other person, the guest, has to improvise in character, and you could know everything about an author or nothing about an author, but you had to improvise and also be funny, And I really wanted to see what that was like, and it was a real challenge, and I'm glad that I did it because it gave me an even deeper appreciation for the people that would come on the show. It was a great experience. Yeah.
Yeah, it made me discover Gorley and Carter, like doing Brothers Grimm.
Yeah.
I thought
Yes.
was insane because these guys improvise as quicker than they speak almost.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
At
for
the
sure.
At the pace of speaking, they
Yeah.
seem like they're reading lines sometimes. Like Carl Sagan is beyond anything.
Yeah.
Like,
But my
or I think Nônô's favorite. I know this.
Walt Whitman.
James
James
Adomian.
Oh, James Adomian. Oh,
Walt
wow, that was
Whitman.
special.
Scary.
That was scary.
That was a
Scary
special
good.
I was
one. Yeah.
listening to it,
Yeah.
like, sort of falling asleep and just, like, went up my chair, just like, this is not real. He's reading. He
Yeah.
has to be reading.
It was
incredible
incredible to witness. Yeah, it was incredible to witness. Like to be sitting there on that stage with him while he was doing it, and it was wild. Yeah.
And what about, for instance, Bajillion Dollar Properties? Is like that the most fun TV you can do?
It's my favorite job I've ever had. It was such a blast, and to have been able to do it with Janie as well,
Yeah.
I got to do it. I got to perform with all of my favorite people, that are performers. It was really wonderful. It was such a special group of people, and such a we all got along. We all had fun, and it was the way it was shot was fun because it was a fake reality show. And so it was shot like a reality show, which meant there was not a lot of downtime with setting up technical stuff. It was very fly on the wall. So we spent most of the time working and having a good time. It was not like a lot of boredom waiting around. It was a joy. It was an absolute joy. I miss it very much.
Amazing guys. Like for instance, and another thing we also miss is No, You Shut Up, and that would be very helpful.
How
right
did
now.
you guys see that?
Yeah, that's very
YouTube.
obscure.
Okay.
Oh yeah, YouTube.
Like
the easiest one to watch?
Of all the things that are not that can't gain entry into Portugal, but somehow that show made it.
YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
It's all up
And
on
they're all
YouTube.
still up, I think. Yeah. That show was such a weird fever dream of a show, and it's still not quite real to me sometimes when I think about it. It was such an odd thing.
And plus, it was on at the same time as Spontaneation, so you had like Colleen and Victor and stuff like that. And they're amazing improvisers.
They really are.
They really are.
Yeah.
And but do you still have you substituted talking to puppets with anything else? Like, do you still speak to inanimate objects at all?
Yeah, I'll talk to anything that looks like it could have a face, like
Potato.
like a potato.
Yeah.
Certain
A turtle.
door
turtle has a
knockers.
face.
Turtle
A door.
like a door knocker.
Yeah.
That
Door knocker.
if the screws are in the right place, it
Yeah,
looks like
yeah.
it has eyes and a mouth. We've gone insane because of the quarantine. So we're
Janie,
we're
do
so
you see
desperate
faces
for
on
outside
things?
company. Yeah.
Yeah.
Janie, do you see faces on things? In which things do you see faces like?
I guess I see faces just sort of like in my mind. So,
Ooh,
like if I'm
That's a
having a
song.
conversation, faces in my mind.
I see faces in my mind.
Like I don't really need the inanimate objects. I could be alone in a room with nothing. I could
I
still.
do as well, but I
Nônô does.
hallucinate.
Yeah.
I literally
Oh, boy.
hallucinate. I'm narcoleptic. So
Oh,
when I'm
wow.
falling asleep, I hallucinate all sorts of things.
Oh wow, that must
Yeah.
be difficult to deal with.
What's your
Is it
favorite
hard to
thing that
deal
you've
with?
hallucinated? Two
I'm not sure
questions.
favorite applies.
2 questions. Is it hard to deal with? And what's your favorite thing you've ever hallucinated?
What's the first one?
Is it hard to deal with?
Is it difficult to navigate just daily activities
I
and stuff
thought
with
that
it?
everyone hallucinated before sleep until last year, and I'm 30, about to be 34. So it didn't bother me that much, but it became like super scary. Like I thought that there was a gargoyle that was living in my ceiling, and I have
Wow.
like tactile hallucinations as well. So like it felt like I was being scraped and grabbed
Oh,
a lot of the time. So like I had to sleep with a whole cover over my head, and so that was a thing. My favorite thing I hallucinated wasn't because of narcolepsy though.
It was because of a
I
maybe a little
hallucinated a moose that was
A moose.
a moose
A moose?
over a lake, and it was created on MS Paint. So like the circles weren't like really well made; they were kind of oval, and then the antlers were just drawn like this and like this, like sideways,
Right.
and it had a big smile. And I just turned around and said like, "Shh! If it doesn't see me, then it's not gonna get any closer," and just walked away.
I've never heard of that.
And what were the circumstances that led to this particular hallucination?
Very,
question.
very legal circumstances.
Illegal or legal? Illegal.
Legal.
Very legal.
Illegal.
very
Sure.
legal. As legal as you get.
Is it?
As legal as it gets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You had a hallucination.
Yeah.
Nônô has hallucinations all the time. I only became aware of this like a year ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When I started
didn't know.
asking.
Because don't you see, Nônô said, don't you see something on the ceiling? And I'm like, what are you talking about?
And I'm like, the thing that's on the ceiling.
You're like, there's nothing there.
Wow.
And now
Yeah.
I take medication
Yeah.
for it. So like I stop seeing stuff, and it's such a peaceful life.
I'll bet.
Oh, that's
I'll bet
good.
it
Yeah,
is. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
without seeing elk. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
that was by choice.
Yes. You don't need that gargoyle.
I didn't need the gargoyle.
Gargoyles are outside things. They're not inside things.
Yeah.
Get out of here, gargoyles.
There's one hallucination that hasn't left me though, which is when I'm in bed and my hand is outside, like outside the covers. I feel a small hand squeezing mine, and that has never left.
No.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
not the
Yeah.
that's the one
Yeah.
thing that's not a hallucination.
Is it always
it's the boogeyman.
is
Maybe
it always
that's the
scary
one.
or is it sometimes comforting?
It's not comforting. It's like me comforting the small little hand.
Oh,
Like it
that's
seems
work.
like it's scared or something.
Oh.
You didn't know this?
I didn't know that detail.
Yeah. It feels like it's scared and wants comfort, and sometimes I just like leave my hand like outside. Just,
beats being pulled by to the grounds of hell, I guess.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like-
True. I mean, the gargoyle was friendly.
Friendly gargoyles.
It was
That's
almost
good.
cute
The
if
most
you-
common type of gargoyle.
You take what you can get. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like at least he's friendly.